Hello everyone and welcome back to the World Cyber Games 2019 live from Xi'an, China, where we're getting ready for the second broadcasted match of the tournament. It's going to be human versus human, HawK versus Infi, and with me is the biggest human expert of them all, Johan Little Mello. Johan, are you excited for this one?
Of course, yeah, it's one of the matches I've been looking forward to the most. Europe against China in terms of, two of the best human players that we've got out there, Infi and HawK. And it's going to be a little bit of a clash of style, and I feel like HawK should be maybe the slight underdog. But definitely I feel like he could surprise us here depending on what he has prepared and what mental state is in. So I'm cheering for Europe, a little bit, obviously, being a European and French myself, and I hope HawK can put up a good fight.
We only have two Europeans here, of course, but hey, I mean, the first one actually put up a pretty good fight, even though he wasn't able to win the best of three. Was walking past the guys, everyone was like, good job, man, you made us proud, and you could see him as a pro gamer. Like, it's the struggle of a pro gamer where it's like, yeah, I know that it was pretty good, but once you get so close to winning, you're always a bit disappointed as well.
Of course.
That you don't actually walk away with the victory, so we'll see when the players are ready. I mean, obviously it's a big group, so I don't think this is like a make it or break it situation. But I mean, you look at this group, you look at four pretty big favorites, I think, in the two Chinese players and the two Korean players as well, the two Korean Night Elves, the two Chinese humans, Infi and TH. Would you say that this is a must-win for HawK already to keep the dream alive of advancing?
Yeah, any match in here is a must-win, I would say, for sure. It's interesting, though, because there's no orcs, sorry, Roddy, but...
Nothing changed.
Yeah, so you've got a bunch of humans and Night Elves, and then you got like SyDe as the undeads that needs to get through some of these tricky matches, that needs to be on point, especially in his versus human, I would say. And Night Elf obviously going to be key here. So as you can see here, it's a round robin format here in this single group that we have with 7 players in it, as one player couldn't attend. It's going to be all best of 3s. You get 3 points per series 1, 0 points per one that you lost. So, and we're going to have 4 players advances. So we're only going to eliminate 3 players in this group.
This is of course the current standings, but not totally updated yet because we already know that SyDe did lose his first series of the day against TH.
Yeah, and Lola had won against Moon.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, 2-1. Moon was up 1-0.
All right.
Feels bad. I just asked, I ran into Moon in the toilet and I was like, I asked him, so how did your match go? Fully expecting him to say I won, and he's like, oh, I lost.
But I guess, if you're Moon and you want to lose to somebody, losing to Lolite, it's not the end of the world. It obviously could have very big implications on the bracket later on. But we're looking at the bottom 4 names here to most likely advance. Anything else, I would consider a major upset. If one of those 4 would be eliminated in the group stage, that'd be pretty nuts.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with you. I definitely feel like we shouldn't count out any of the other guys. Maybe Hunter is the one that, is the longest shot to making it to the semifinals.
Why are you hating on NA like that, man? Or South Americas in general. Yeah. What is this RTS thing that we always make fun of the Americas stuff?
Hey, we don't make fun of them. Like, it's just, being realistic.
Infi for Hunter, lays down the law, 2-0s Moon, 2-0s Lolite.
I'm all for it. It'd be pretty hype. It would be a crazy story.
That would actually be amazing.
Obviously, it's very unlikely to happen. I feel like the one to maybe... Actually, I feel like between HawK and SyDe, maybe it's kind of even in who might be able to surprise us, because, like I said, SyDe's got 2 main matchups that he needs to prepare for, which is versus human and Night Elf, so it feels quite a bit easier for him. Whereas like HawK, he already lost to SyDe in the WCG qualifier for Europe. So it's a tricky matchup for him to play against that 100, and then to think about all the humans he's going to face, about all the Night Elves. And I mean, it doesn't really get any better than Lowlight and Moon. Like, these guys are like not only really hard to prepare for, they also play quite a bit differently. Lowlight is known for his Warden, and just plays very different than Moon in general. I'm so hyped for these games, man. It's going to be so sick between the Koreans and like all these guys.
Out of the 4 massive names we have in this group, we saw them, the 2 Chinese, the 2 Koreans. If one of them is somehow not to make it, who do you think is most likely to fail out of those 4? TH, Infi, Moon, or Lolite?
It's hard to say, really.
Yeah, I mean, you got to pick one.
I always get it wrong. I would say, well, I mean, we know some of the results, right? We know Lolite beat Moon already.
But I mean, you can't predict.
I kind of want to say Moon.
No, come on. You cannot predict. That's not possible.
Because he already lost to one of them, right? It's like you're getting a little tip into.
I mean, what are the odds of Moon like truly struggling with SyDe or a HawK? Like, do you think that's realistic? I mean, we did see Moon play against Happy, of course, in the
I think Moon's going to be a big favorite going up against SyDe, but I think HawK definitely could put up a very good fight against Moon. Okay. But then again, usually I think very highly of HawK, and I think he's one of the really good players, but when it comes to China, it tends to underperform at times. So we'll see if that's the case here yet again. Like, we get a prime example.
We're going to get ready for this awesome human versus human matchup.
Breakers are a big part of the meta ever since magic control was added into tier 2 tech. Nowadays, if you try to go for castle, well, the opponent will have 5 water elementals and you'll have 0 in the fight, so it's a little bit hard to win when that happens. So mass breakers usually what you go into. Fast expansion sometimes can happen in these scenarios too. It's like, it's not really meta, I would say, but if either player wants to try to go into something tricky here, it would have to be something like a fast expansion somewhere in there. But I don't know, I feel like they're both so good that they would know how to counter, which the best way to counter a fast expansion is you run there and you kill the peasants while they're building the expansion. And then you're getting really far ahead, and then you can do well from there.
As you guys saw, we were in the game, but something went wrong, so we're just going to go ahead and rehost it, and then hopefully we can continue quickly. The schedule today has been a little bit different because a lot of the other games were struggling and they couldn't start on time. And that's where you can always rely on good old Warcraft 3 and their land function to get things going, to save the day. But apparently that first map...
It's only building up the game even more.
Yeah. I caught a glimpse of it, but what was the map again? First map?
It was...
left bottom, right top.
I didn't actually...
I think it was one of
the... It was paused right off the bat, so I didn't really pay attention. But
that HawK eye, that should have spotted that mini-map immediately. Get everything going.
HawK is pretty cool, actually. I ran into him at the Beijing airports, and we got to chat for a little bit. Yeah,
he's big. What is it with Russian pro gamers and always like being ultra fit?
We had Slivko in StarCraft 2.
I mean, like, even if I think back of the old Warcraft 3 players as well, and I follow a lot of these guys on Instagram, right? You look at Rob, super muscular. I don't know what he's doing. He's a DJ somewhere.
Yeah.
You look at Hooligan, and he's super big, and he's driving cars. Then I see Titan. Titan is like working out in the middle of Russia somewhere.
Really?
Yes, it's crazy, man. He's like pulling himself up at buildings and everything. All the Russians are getting massively fit. Wow, I don't know what just happened. Oh my God. I was like, what just happened? Did somebody open the door? No, there's a drone above my head. Man,
there was like a massive breeze going through. I was like, yeah, what's going on? Oh my God, that was scary.
I have never been underneath a drone. That's the first for me.
That might be like a Samsung drone or something.
They're
pretty discreet, but I guess if they get up close, then you'll really hear them and like feel them around.
Yeah, I think I could hear it a little bit, but I wasn't exactly sure what it was.
Yeah.
But then I felt the breeze. I was like, okay, either there's a massive thunderstorm going on right now, and they just opened the doors, or something very weird is happening.
So we should talk about what to expect out of this match in human versus human. I feel like the Chinese, they focus a lot, like they perfect the creep routes, and the execution is really what it comes down to. One of the best examples is, I think, Amazonia. Like Infi and TH on Amazonia are just like incredible. They're so consistent with how well they creep the camps, collecting items, getting level 3, and then they go across the map, then they start fighting one another. You know, they trade footmen. They're very good at saving footmen on low HP. Like TH was really one of the guys that like did that the best, but I would say Infi is very high up there as well in terms of doing that. Like if you can send home 8 footmen that are like on a third of their hit points or a quarter, and then you use 1 regeneration scroll, the value that you get out of that regeneration scroll in terms of hit points is insane. And we talked about breakers being a big part of the meta. The best unit against breakers early on, or like in the mid game, that you're going to have access to is footmen. If you have a lot of footmen, a lot of priests, and the opponent has not enough footmen and too many breakers, you're going to win, because the footmen are going to crush the breakers pretty easily. So very, very important things to note here. So we'll see in terms of that execution.
We're going to try it one more time, and this time it seems to be working perfectly fine. I like that you brought it up, by the way, Todd, because human, like, when I look at the footmen, I was like, yeah, okay, obviously you need them early on, you need them for the skirmish, you need them to creep. But at that point, I often feel like, you know, at this point they're not that important anymore. But obviously it makes sense if you have 7 or 8 participating in a fight with all the breakers. It does make a lot of sense. In the left bottom side, we're looking at the main base of our Chinese human player. I might call him Terran a couple times, guys, just so you know. It is Infi. I've already been so close. I'm just going to get it out there, Todd. And obviously on the right top side, we had a glimpse at the main base of our Russian human. mTw-HawK. It's great to see mTw again as well, man. That actually makes me happy.
Yeah, Taker's around as the manager even.
I mean, if one man knows the world, it has to be mTw Taker. And that's not because his PNs always cut down trees and he built towers everywhere, no.
I wonder if he coaches as well, actually. Like, is he just here to kind of take care of them outside of the game, or?
I don't know, man.
You know, Lucifer is here as a referee as well.
Yeah, that's...
I just saw him and like he screamed to me some Korean not so nice words and then just shook my hand and I was like on the higher ground and he tried to pull me into the play area. I was like, wow, typical Lucifer.
All right, so we're going to keep a close eye on these openings. Obviously, both footmen making their way to the other side of the map for now. They're going to get a glimpse, make sure everything is normal. Is there one build that truly is out there that's like considered super weird? Maybe not that good all around, but you can pull up once in a blue moon.
Yeah, I think expanding.
Just straight expanding?
And actually, yeah. Actually, it's
what if they're both doing it?
Yeah. I think like in Human, it's maybe a bit more doable. Like, you know, the creeps on this map, they recently changed. This is Northerize, one of the newer maps that we have in the map pool. And the creeps not too long ago, they were mud golems with a rock golem. And like now, I guess like if you creep that directly, it's probably a little bit easier. Like you see, he hasn't taken any damage here. Only the water elemental took a ton of damage, so it's actually pretty easy to creep. So it's still somewhat encouraging to creep that right off the bat. You get level 2 and you get a pretty good item.
They both got the same item, actually.
But if the opponent runs across the map and then kills your peasants while the expo is building, it's still pretty bad. So neither of them is actually going to expand. They just creep that. Like for a long time, when the creeps were tougher on that camp, on the expansion, people were doing more of like, you know, the orange camp nearby, like a lot of the small camps, which also give you level 3 and can give you some decent items as well. Loads of face here. That's actually going to be pretty good from
so the only real difference so far feels that HawK actually, obviously now they're creeping slightly different camps as well, as Infi picked up the Wand of Illusion, is that HawK sent his first footman to the main base of Infi immediately. Tried to be annoying, but Infi kind of dealt with it without really any struggles at all.
Yeah.
And other than that, they're playing a pretty mirror matchup so far. Are you a fan of the Wand of Illusion here in Human vs. Human?
Yeah, I think it's pretty good. I mean, it's not one of those maps where you're going to be able to pull a ton of creeps and really annoy the opponent and have him get ensnared and stuff, but just for the extra bit of information that you get from it, I think it can be really, really useful.
Oh my god, they're just getting all the same item stuff.
Yeah. Sometimes that happens. I mean, it's good, it's fair, right?
Yeah.
You don't want to get the worst items and your opponent gets the good one, like me versus Sky at WCG, you know? Like
the only thing I ever want is claws. If I get plenty of claws, I'm happy.
Yeah.
Okay, that's the first difference. I mean, both Archmages kind of getting an underwhelming.
Ooh, that's pretty annoying. As soon as that illusion dies here, the Twinman will take a bunch of damage, like the creeps. They're definitely putting some work before they finally go away. This is the big item here, by the way.
Let's see.
This is the bigger item that you get around this area. Whereas HawK,
he went for the quicker level 3, the easier one, but Scroll of the Beast.
Yeah. With that many footmen and possibly 2 water elementals level 2, it can be really good in some fights, but obviously if you use that in a fight, the opponent will usually just run away and kind of get out of there.
So both players already having a level 3 Archmage at this point. I mean, you gotta kind of assume that the majority of the creeping is done now, right? I think it's time to dance a little bit and see if both players can either find some damage in the harassment. I mean, I don't think that he's aware of where the Archmage is of HawK. HawK got a cancel there on what I assume was the Arcane Vault, so that's kind of nice.
Yeah, I mean, it's not really, you know, it's like one of the cheaper buildings that you make. It's not bad, but not that important. Like, remember that the creep on the last big camp did a bunch of damage on the footman of Infi, so I guess that's why it's going to be annoying, but he's the one with the Scroll of the Beast. If he really wants to take a fight and do well in it, it's going to be for HawK to kind of get away from here.
I love how we just took a look at a fake Archmage on the other side of the map. Well, there's a massive battle going on.
Kind of makes me wish we were observing ourselves.
So far, not a single footman has gone down. Obviously, you mentioned it. These guys are 2 of the very best human players in the world. We're not expecting too many of these units to go down early on.
I mean, sometimes they go into full slugfest mode, and they just kind of stand there with their units dying, but knowing that they will trade with the opponents early on in the game. I think there is a bit of a lead for Infi, XP-wise, because he's done the orange camp instead of the green camp near his base. Oh my god, this is already...
Well, Infi's just going to creep it. Wow. Man, he wants to go straight level 4, but the problem is there's once again an Archmage in his main base that's going to deal some more damage. The Arcane Vault could get cancelled again. Yeah. Is Infi getting over-eager here, Todd?
Yeah, it's a little bit ambitious to go for this. I think he was counting on HawK to go on this side of the map and creep. So many low HP units here. If HawK could kill this, that'd be pretty massive. I'm going to assume they're both going for Mountain Kings, by the way, because we haven't seen any neutral hero. It's really the meta right now. You go for Mountain King, you get a ton of breakers. Oh my god, Infi's defense has been sick.
Yeah, but he's going to end up losing at least one of these footmen. Yeah, he's going to end up losing both of them, and a couple of the workers went down as well. So HawK did get some damage, but obviously the XP lead on the hero of Infi is pretty big. I mean, I think he's well on his way to level 5 almost. He's still level 3. But
like
I mean,
HawK just killed a bunch of units, so he actually caught up somewhat here for a little bit. I like that Infi realized that he was using militia a lot, and he's like, well, I'm going to need some extra lumber, so he started lumber mill upgrades that cost only 100 gold. And yeah, I mean, we're not really taking a look at HawK's base right now, but yeah, I fully expect the double Arcane Sank to be safe 4 footmen. Wow, HawK, I really like the way this has gone for him so far.
With the way
everything.
With the way that he's been playing, I do feel like he should try to keep on the pressure, right?
Yeah.
Because he clearly has done some economic damage. He's going to delay the attack a little bit.
Look at how fast Infi's good.
Infi just shows no respect at all. He just wants to creep everything, and taking this camp away from the middle of the map would obviously be big.
And he has no scroll of regen because his shock was cancelled. I don't think he has any of the Mountain Kings, so when HawK's gonna get in there now, he can put in some work. That Archmage making me a little bit scared standing there with half HP.
That Biragara is obviously a nice item to pick up here, but the Mountain King is taking a lot of damage immediately.
Oh my god, he almost got it.
Well, one more Stormbolt ult, and one is absolutely gonna go down.
Oh my god, Infi could have bought...
What? He used both items as well. Healing Scroll there, he used Scroll.
He could have bought Infernal on the Archmage and transferred to the MK, but he thought he was gonna get out before, and HawK gets a snipe on the Mountain King of his opponent. I think one of the best things to do now, Scroll the Beast was already used. You pull back, you make sure you don't fight against Scroll the Beast, and then you just creep your Mountain King. You're gonna get level 3 so much earlier than the opponent. You kill it. You kill this Mountain King, yours is still alive, and HawK is about to expand. He's so confident with how well he's done, and I love this choice here.
Yeah, I mean, obviously tech-wise, he's going to have a pretty big lead. Picking up that Mountain King is going to be very awesome as well. I'm starting to get a tiny bit worried though about this AEM. I mean, this Archmage is going to get level 5 eventually, Todd. I really feel like that's just a matter of time. I was very shocked to see him use both expensive items there, Scroll of the Beast and a Healing Scroll, to still see the Mountain King fall that quickly.
Yeah, I think he must have thought the Mountain King was going to be able to get out, get close enough to the shop to buy Invuln, because Daylight just came. Like, Daylight just came as this disengagement and surround happens, which means Invuln was available. I'm actually surprised he didn't buy it on Archmage and then transfer it, because that would have been the save. He could even have gotten a Healing Scroll, but maybe he would have had to cancel units instead of his Arcane Sanctum. This is great for HawK here, as long as he doesn't overextend and lose a lot, especially if he can kill that creep here, because he has Expo right now.
That was Infi, I believe, with the Stormbolt there.
Yeah. But HawK has Expo, like, this is the most important thing here.
Well, Infi is going to get a level 2 Mountain King in the near future if he just gets one more last hit here. I mean, this Vampiric Aura is absolutely very nice on these footmen, no? These footmen are going to stay around forever. Even though they don't deal that much damage, it's still nice to have a little bit of that region there all the time.
I think I see a lot of units on the minimap. Is Infi sending militia here?
I think so.
I wouldn't be surprised. And also, because Infi is not expanding, oh my god, they're gonna fight for the creep. I don't know who gets it, but
I actually think that this time maybe HawK got it.
Yeah.
Because the Mountain King didn't have that much extra HP.
Okay, militia gets here, it's time to run away. Yeah, Infi, I'm gonna assume, went for... Oh my god, he used greater mana? Yeah, just leave this, HawK. Just run, yeah, I love the choice. Some players, they would try to, you know, help that priest and stuff. No, you would just lose more.
Is he gonna tower rush the expand?
Oh my god, he might.
He just knows,
He's doing a massive push.
I think he just kind of knows. Like, even though he didn't really scout it.
I wonder if he has Blacksmith. Usually when you don't expand, you go for Blacksmith. But I think if you go Blacksmith and then you don't expand for a long time and the opponent has expand, even though you're going to get those upgrades, he's just going to have so much more than you anyway. So I love the choice here by Infi to play aggressive. He's going to try to force a fight right now at a time where he's got a lot of priests. I think he still has more footmen than HawK available.
Yep. I mean, and they're healthy as well, right? Now the Militia's HawK's going to show up. A clap is being used there. That level 4 AM is obviously going to give the better region, so perhaps more elementals the longer this fight goes on. Seems alright for HawK so far, but can he stay run forever? His Mountain King is starting to run a little bit low.
He's out of mana now, and Militia just ran out, so he's about to run out here. Infi did that very well. He pulled back knowing that Militia timing doesn't last very long once you reach the expo. Now he's re-engaging. HawK gonna get level 4 mid-fight here. Summon one more Weapon Elementals. He needs to dodge some of these dispels, but he's just kind of standing there right now. I think HawK's losing the fight.
Yeah, that's a shame as well. And I don't think he has an answer to the Elemental that had just been spawned by Infi. A couple of these footmen are going down as well. The breakers have been taking damage, but the micro so far on the side of Infi is absolutely flawless, right?
Incredible.
A couple of units did go down, but Actually gotta love the way. Okay, that is some sort of a surround. This Mountain King still quite high on HP. It does not have any healing items. It does actually still surrounded.
If he could get that, that would be massive for HawK here. He might get a level himself on his own Mountain King.
Oh, level 3.
HawK gets it first. He's out of mana. It's actually worse if he dies now because it's gonna take longer to remake. Mountain King is gonna fall.
I'm surprised he didn't try to transfer the down portal there.
Oh, it's a very good choice to go for the priest. I'm actually surprised we haven't seen magic control yet. They've just kind of massed units and tried to fight one another for as long as they could.
By the way, one more hit I think is enough for this AM to get level 5.
Which is massive.
Yeah.
Level 5 is really the level where even though the opponent has priest and breakers, it's like, well, water elementals gets that much scarier.
You can see Infi just really wants to get one more kill, but it's hard to get these kills, right? Without your Mountain King there, without stun, without Stormbolt. It is hard, and slowly but steady, more and more units are going down on the side.
The micro has been so good from both players.
And now he was forced to make another level 2 Water Elemental, even though he really wanted it level 5. He finally gets the level 5 right now, but that's still a level 2 Elemental instead.
And keep in mind, right now, the income for HawK is so far better. If he can just hold on here, and he gets a ton of units out, he's going to be able to be really successful. Magic Control is used here on one of the Water Elementals.
Oh my god.
He's going to go to attack that tower immediately. Oh, I love the choice of going for the priest.
Yep, that's a really good clap as well. He's going to slow all 3 of them. 2 priests will fall immediately. A Russian human really hanging in there. He's going to try to get one more kill. Where is that Mountain King of Infi?
Infi still has TP, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, okay. So even if he got surrounded, because I was like, this Archmage here is kind of asking for it, just sticking around by itself.
I was kind of surprised that he was okay with the level 3 Mountain King dying and not trying to save it with Town Portal.
Yeah, I mean, if you TP out here, you've kind of lost the game also, I think, because then the opponent has Expo running for like the whole minute that you take to remove across the map and re-engage. At this point, I think Infi needs to be running away with these units. He's just somewhat overextending. Even though that one priest in the middle is like, please don't kill me.
I love how HawK took control of the level 3 Elemental. He's like, alright, I'll take care of this. Mounted kills, trying to get one more hit, one more breaker goes down. Man, I am incredibly impressed so far with the performance, the resistance here by the Russian human player, as he's going to force Infi to retreat. Now Infi does still have that level 5 AM. Finally, that MK is back. But hey, it's been 2 bases against 1 for quite some time now.
And it's going to be for quite a bit longer. I'm surprised actually that Infi is not even buying Invuln.
Town is under siege.
Because I mentioned to you, Mountain King Breaker against Mountain King Breaker, you're just going to target hero a lot of the time. You know, burn their mana away with those breakers. Use the breakers for magic control. And usually, when the opponent, if you can dodge one single Stormbolt with an Invuln, the value that you get out of that is insane. And at some points, a lot of the time in those games, especially if it's Expo against Expo, it's going to go into Zeppelin. But in this game, Infi's like, you know what? I need to kill you right now. I can't let you mine from this Expo any longer. So he's just going to re-engage into that Expo and force the TP out of HawK. Oh my god, did he TP on the bottom left of this location?
Yep, that's a very aggressive Town Portal, so this could very well be at level 5 AM as well. He's going straight for that Archmage stun. There is a Town Portal, but AM took a lot of damage there immediately and doesn't actually have that much mana at the moment either. It just really feels that the army of the Russian is quite a bit bigger now, right?
Yeah, oh my god, the surround. He's gonna get it! And HawK just used TP, so he's trapped! He's trapped in the middle of everything. Infi, with the foresight to realize that this Archmage had no escape. He's gonna transfer an item. Wait, no, healing! Oh my god, at the last second!
Oh my goodness.
If he can save that, that'd be massive, but I mean, there's still so many breakers. They're not really taking any damage. The entire army that can do damage to breakers was away here from HawK.
Can he get the Mountain King though? Can he get the Mountain King in return? Because then it's a hero for a hero. Town Portal does get transferred. This time Infi did not want to lose his... what do you do right now? Do you rebuy the AM in the middle of the map?
Instant rebuy, not even close, like. He
Otherwise,
needs it right now, and I think he's still winning. He's got 60 plus supply without his hero being up against the 43 on Infi, who's going to have a hard time.
Infi knows that thought, so Infi's going for the middle of the map as well. You got to be really careful there, mate. Run
There's
that
still
AM
the
away.
Invuln available, I think, because Infi never bought it. These Invuln are so priceless here to have, and I think HawK bought it.
That Mountain King is so low as well of Infi, by the way. Infi knows that he's on the clock. He wants to go for another hero kill here. He's going to drain a little bit of that mana on the Mountain King. At the same time, still kind of trying to get another AM kill, but HawK is not having it so far.
Oh my god, he overextends. Infi loses his Mountain King and taps out. HawK with the first game victory here.
That was good. That was actually A, it was a really fun, good back and forth match. And B, I really loved the pace that HawK played with in the beginning. Infi was very, very focused on creeping, and HawK was kind of in his face. He sneaked that expand in there, and he was able to hang on to it.
But you know what it is? He played super solid. Like, he was aggressive exactly when he needed to. And off the back of this, the choice to expand, I think, was brilliant, because he realized he was ahead. He's like, there's nothing he can do if I just expand now. And Infi, all alike though, he realized what was happening. He did the correct push, but HawK's micro was good enough, even though at some point I really thought maybe he was going to die. Wow, some really great game here from between these two. I would expect no less, even though, like I said in the past, HawK sometimes has come to China and maybe disappointed a little bit compared to what he's capable of doing. It's so great to see him play at his full potential here against one of the world's best in Infi and taking map number 1.
Yeah, I mean, that's going to be great for the rest of this massive round robin as well, right? Because even if you still end up losing this, every map matters, guys, because there's a lot of potential for three-way ties down the line as well.
Yeah.
So getting map wins is very important. Momentum. Like, I love almost everything that HawK did there. I think it made a lot of sense to me.
Are you going to find one thing to complain
No,
about?
absolutely not. No. I'm not going to complain about a Russian human coming in here taking a map over Infi mate. But I still was a little bit confused about two choices that Infi made in that game. I think losing the level 3 MK the first time, the way that he did, it was very hard to imagine a world where that fight would go well when he stuck around without the MK though, right? Like the MK represents so much there.
I think his Archmage was ahead XP-wise.
That was
he
true,
realized
absolutely.
that it's really hard. Yeah. For sure, like I feel like when you're watching the game, you might be able to see these things and be like, maybe you should have pulled back. But I think if he just pulls back and gives up the control of the middle, then it's just HawK's to creep entirely, and like it just gets further and further ahead. So sometimes you just kind of need to stay there. A lot of the time when you lose your mount tanking like this, the opponent trades something for it.
Yeah.
So maybe sometimes, you know, it's going to be his entire mana pool and a lot of the HPs on his own mount tanking. Sometimes he's going to trade a whole bunch of units, which means you have more units than them. So even though you lost your hero, you can still win the fights because you have more units. So it might have come down to that.
I think like a level 2, I can maybe understand it. Like level 1, it makes sense to me. Level 2, like maybe, but the level 3, it always feels like it takes so freaking long to rebuild your level 3 hero.
Yeah.
And also, I felt that he was in that fight where he did end up losing. I don't know if that was the first time. Wait forever until the breakers are out, but it is still an expensive item that he could make.
It felt like he choked maybe a little bit the first time. Like,
he
he was like, hey, oh, like
he's like, scroll healing, scroll of the beast. I was like, okay.
Accidental TP, no.
Yeah, exactly. Anyway, we'll see what game 2 brings. I mean, that's a very fun way, at least for us, to start this best of 3. And I'm happy for HawK, man. Like you said, you look at this group, 4 overwhelming favorites, I think. The 2 Koreans, the 2 Chinese.
And I tell you what, if he can beat Infi, he can beat TH. And if he can beat Infi and TH, well, he can win the damn tournament.
He can win the entire tournament. Give that man the gold medal if he wins the next map. Let's get this over with. No, I think that's really cool. Do you feel like any sort of connection to the European human bros?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I played against HawK quite a few times in tournament, and I have so much respect for him. I think he's amazing. He's really, really good. And it really saddened me when I saw him in previous tournaments go out there, go to China and underperform, because I really think that's what happened. He underperformed compared to what he's capable of doing.
Alrighty, well, we have hopped into the second match. Our overlay is not totally ready yet, but on the right top side, we're looking at the main base of the Chinese human player. He's down 0-1. Surprisingly, it is Infi. Infi won in Chengdu back then, right? Like, I'm not stupid. The WCG in Chengdu?
Yeah.
Yeah. He tower rushed Lin in the grand final? Is that
I think he played Fly. And
yeah.
he lost the first map on Echo in like 2 minutes.
Okay.
He grabbed the Mer camp, Fly came, killed everything with the blade, and Infi tapped out. He was like, oh, it's going to be a fun finals, and then boom, he still won.
Obviously, in the left bottom side, we're looking at the main base of the surprise so far. Well, we're not looking at it yet, but he's there,
you can
guys.
look at it on the minimap.
Yeah, you guys can look at the minimap. He's red.
It's HawK down there.
He's representing Russia. It is mTw-HawK. Man, this is a big map as well now with a lot of creep camps.
Yeah. Last Refuge is one of the longer standing maps that we have in the current map pool.
Like, it's a new generation map, but from the newer generation, it's the oldest one.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it, I think. It's not one of the newer maps, but it's not one of the oldest either, but it's still been there for a good amount of time to the point where we can say, like, everybody knows this map super well. And in Human, you got multiple choices here. Like, the main 2 is always going to be the same. Do you expand or do you play one base? And HawK, for a long time, he was one of those guys that could play either style really, really well. And actually, in the previous patch, he played quite a bit differently. He was going for air a lot of the time. And the first question is, do you creep the Mer camp first or not? And it looks like both players are going to go for it. They're kind of known for that. And nowadays, everybody has gotten so good at doing this trick here where you pull away the golem, the rock golem. And then basically he ends up neither storm bolting or using slow from the mud golem, which makes the camp so much easier to create. So it's totally worth it to go for this nowadays. And like, I feel like when you go for Merkham directly, it's more encouraging to expand. But I feel like a lot of humans, they disagree with me. They don't expand. Either way. But I still think that expanding on this map is really good because you know what I mentioned earlier? If you expand the counter, it's for the opponent to go there and kill your peasants. If you go for mercenaries first, that doesn't apply. It's actually like a crazy, you know, asterisk thing where like you're expanding and you have so many mercs that if they come, you'll kill everything that they have and then you get really high on XP. And even though they're killing some peasants, you pull ahead.
It makes sense to me. I mean, I believe you, Todd. I'm absolutely not questioning you in human versus human. What do you think of the items? How do they shape up against each other? I prefer the SyDe mask, but what do you prefer?
I think it's alright now to have Devotion.
It got buffed, right?
Yeah, it was buffed, so it's actually quite a bit better than before. Like, I gotta say, Blizzard did a fantastic job with the items. Like a Crystal Ball in particular used to be like the worst thing you can find, but now it's a lower tier item. And it's actually pretty damn useful in a lot of the games that you find it in. So, and our Lightning Shield finally, you know, at a stage where like if the opponent finds it and goes to your base, you know that you're not directly dead. Like you can actually defend. So, props to Blizzard for that for sure. Balancing out a lot of these items.
Still pretty good though, right? Oh, Sentry-wise, it's my favorite item in the whole game, Todd. It's my favorite item.
That was nerfed too.
So good.
They lasted too long before, so now they should last a little bit less.
Yeah, it was like 10 minutes before.
Yeah. Well, yeah, you found it. You basically saw the whole map forever.
Because like in general, if you like space them well out, like if he would drop one here or something, I think that'd be massive. That's exactly what he does. I don't know if do you think that HawK was able to hear that, or
he might have heard it.
Infi, excuse me.
Yeah, if Infi sends something to the lab now, well, no, maybe he doesn't even care about having something there because he's not expanding right now.
Alright, well, I believe the other sentry is on the right side of the middle, so the
vision... Ooh, engaged that while HawK was nearby. This is dangerous. HawK could jump on top of these mercs. Okay.
More
my
sentries!
God, he's gonna steal it.
Oh my god, 4 sentry wards at map hack. That should not be allowed.
He's blocking himself.
Yep.
Infi's looking for the surround.
Elemental for Elemental, but instead HawK is like, you know what, then I'm just gonna settle for your peasants. Now Infi will still pick up the item.
And he gets surrounded!
What? Oh my goodness.
He gets a massive surround. Can Infi break out? HawK is gonna summon a water elemental behind. Infi's not gonna lose his entire HP bar. He TP's first. A massive achievement early on here from HawK. Wow.
I love that interaction, right? It's like, I want the sentry wise. Like, no, you're not getting them. It's okay, cool. Then I'm gonna get your footman. Now, no, you're not getting those either. I'm gonna migrate them away. Well, then I'll settle for your AM. No, I'm gonna get the wards. Never mind, my AM is trapped. Like, I need to get out of there. But man, this is such a massive spot. No town porter on the side of Infi at this point. HawK having those 2 sentry wards as well in very good positions. I am loving how this is starting out for the Russian human Todd.
And he's doing this really well as well. Like, he pulls the crypts back to an area where he can actually attack them. So he needs to be careful with the mercenaries here. It's a lot about keeping those troll priests alive.
Can I get that footman?
The more abolish you can get, the better it is. I think the crypts are mostly attacking Infi here.
Yeah.
I guess those 2 on the left are attacking HawK, but HawK is managing this super well. He's about to get level 4!
Yep, that was one more kill there. If he gets that Ogre, and yes, he does get the Ogre, so that's a level 4. Right, the Priest gets ensnared as well. He should be able to get the Priest right after maybe this Ogre Magi, even though the dance for this item is real. Don't forget, there is no town porter on the side of Infi.
Yeah, he needs to be careful not to overextend. Goes for the target on HawK's Archmage. Infi has defense, so it helps a lot here to have this footman at the front, and it looks like Infi will actually win that fight in the center, even kill one of the troll priests, so...
Wow.
He salvaged that really well. It looked like it was really bad at first for him, and off the back of this, I wouldn't be surprised if you saw the same thing as last game. Mount tanking second, double Arcane Sanctum for both players.
What?
Sells the Wand of Mana Steel. I think it's totally worth to sell because you get 200 immediately, which at this stage in the game is very important to get. And yeah, we do see 2 Mountain Kings and 2 Arcane Sanctums on each side starting.
My idea is that it would be nice on an MK though, right? To like drain some mana and get an extra gold off.
You get enough Stormball. It's only 75. You have a decent mana pool. You already have Brilliance level 2, which is pretty ridiculous already. Like to have this early in the game. So 200 gold. I would say it's worth it to sell it in a game like this.
Infi probably gonna try to deny that one, and he does. So that's nice as well. Infi definitely turning this one around a little bit. I was incredibly worried at first. But now he's hanging in there, but he's still playing a dangerous game here without Town Porter. Don't forget that Mountain King is about to show up. That Mountain King is here, Todd. Isn't it crazy for Infi to be here?
Yeah, it's pretty early, actually. Gets to scroll the beast. Okay, those mercenaries are going to start dying in a sec. Neither player has really prioritized buying boots in those games. It's kind of crazy, actually, to see that.
All right. Oh,
wow, so he gets this one for free, and he then could Stormbolt one of the Troll Priests. I'm surprised he didn't do that. He might have clapped. Oh no, he Stormbolted already.
No, he already bolted a creep.
Okay.
You can definitely get one more.
Yeah, the mount tanking of Infi is now here. And the mount tanking of HawK already took so much damage. Oh my god. You need to start running, bro. I'm so surprised that neither of them is buying boots. Because boots are so insane here. Like, you can actually chase and kill so much with them.
Expensive though, right?
I think he might sell the Scroll of the Beast, by the way.
Yeah. I wouldn't mind it, considering the fact that the breakers are already on the way, priests are on the way, right?
Yeah.
I feel like if you
by the way,
forces
you know, this sound setting is a little bit weird. Like, I barely hear myself in the headphones, so let me know if I'm shouting, because I feel like I'm kind of distracted.
I love you shouting, though. This is passion that I haven't seen
casting.
from you in years, okay? You're doing great. You sound fine to me. We do hear a lot of background music, guys. I didn't really want to bring it up, but if you guys are wondering if we're listening to our own DJ set here or Beyond the Game, no, that's just going out in the speakers, but it's all good. Look at that AM.
It's almost level 5.
It is a beast, and it's almost level 5, but still no town portal. Stormbolt being used on his Berserker almost immediately. Is Infi gonna get the kill?
HawK has so many priests. Oh, this is sick. Oh my god, that troll Berserker.
He doesn't.
He's still surviving Archmage.
Archmage
He can keep building it. Oh, he gets level 5 now. I mean, to be fair, HawK has made so many priests.
Militia are coming! Hey, oh my god, if he would have landed a Stormbolt on the AM, there's still...
He doesn't have boots, that's the big thing, I guess.
No infill, no potions, no town portal. A Stormbolt on the AM, that would have been sick. I love that HawK was that quickly with bringing the militia over.
You know, there was the counter-sentry ward, by the way. Infi can see this expo going up right now. So he can, he's going to do the same thing. I see militia, I see the police.
He knows about this
as well,
TV
right? times. Remember? The po-po. Oh no, he's going to quit the lab. He's pulling the boys.
Alright, this Ogre is going to go down. I'm actually surprised that Infi didn't try to fight this. Because he knew about it, clearly, because of the sentry ward.
Okay, this is a very important item, by the way. Oh my god. He's sending 0. I see an Archmage coming down here. Ooh, okay.
What is it?
Okay,
Wood of Cunning. That's pretty underwhelming.
That's going to be a sell from me, dog.
Alright. That Elemental is showing up. That's going to give a lot of extra HP there. That's
3.
Or XP, rather.
Oh my god.
Oh, now he lands. Oh my, can he get this round now, right? But can he get
bash? He's blocking it with the Footman. He's going to restore bolt. Oh my god.
What is...
He's going to counter... No, he's not with the Footman. Wait, what?
No, he Stormbolts the AM.
The Archmage might die eventually. He's not careful.
The AM is alive for now with level 5 AM now on this side of the Russian human as well. Healing wards, by the way.
Ward. But the expo's already up. I guess he's gonna bring peasants to fight with. Just let the priest die, mate. I know we said we don't leave anyone behind, but that's the one you're gonna leave behind. Because if you try to save that one, then the next one gets Stormbolted. And then if you try to save that one, the next one too. So he runs out of there. You know what time it is? Time to buy the Ogre from the Mercamp, the Troll Berserker, send Militia, and this is going to be the hold of a lifetime for HawK here. If he can hold, he wins versus Infi, and that would be such a massive win at this stage here.
I feel like his army is a little bit smaller, right? At least it feels like it. A couple of peasants showing up as well from our Chinese human playing. This spell being used on both sides. We'll keep a close eye on the mana pool on these heroes. The AM is low, but obviously with Brilliance, that's going to be okay for now. So far, I am very impressed with how Infi is handling this push, and I think it's going very well for him.
HawK is still mining fully, like up until now, from that base. So I really think that if he has extra gold, which I don't know if he does, buying mercenaries like the one that I just mentioned might be very important. But his Mountain King's taking a ton of damage here.
Yeah, exactly. His Mountain King half HP, while the Mountain King of Infi is still very healthy. Don't forget about those healing wards that still exist as well. You can drop him in the back of his army.
Oh my god, the Mountain King behind enemy lines.
Oh, the workers are the workers could actually block it as well. It's very important. There might be a Stormbolt available soon on the side of Infi. Yes, there is. That MK is under a lot of focus.
Go down, please.
Yes, and the MK does go down. We barely missed it, but we got it in the end. So that's a very, very big loss on the side of the Russian human. And meanwhile, Infi...
HawK is not buying mercenaries. I don't know why. He has a farm there. He's going to go for the instant rebuy, but by then, he's just going to evacuate the expo.
Which is probably the right choice, right?
Yeah, but now, I mean, Infi has so much momentum, and Archmage was already 5, he got a bunch of XP, he must be getting closer to level 6. If you get an earlier level 6, then the opponent is still really good.
I love that the observer was looking at like one footman being safe on the top side of the screen.
I'm going to have a talk with him, I'm going to find him after this game, I don't know where he is, but
it's like,
I'm coming for you, bro.
It's like, mate, that's a level 3 MK, that's a pretty big deal, I believe Stormbolt just landed.
We're going to have a chat, me and him.
I mean, I do like what HawK is doing here. He's going to try to buy a little bit of time. Would love to pick off a couple of these priests. I don't know if that's going to be doable.
Yeah, at this point, HawK is just somewhat desperate. And I'm guessing he's remaking Mountain King from the altar.
Yeah.
Which is kind of crazy. I think like if Infi had just gone there, he would have killed that super easy.
He's actually doing some decent economic damage here, though, and
Yeah.
Infi is quite far out of position, so multiple workers are going to go down. Don't know what the state of those priests are, but we know at least one priest went down. I actually really like this counterattack. I feel like it was the best decision he could make in a very dire scenario.
Yeah, I mean, Infi is about to come there and force the TP though.
Yeah,
Nicely timed.
Get one more peasant.
He bought a good bunch of time, yeah.
Unfortunately, he won't get it. And I mean, that was zero mining for quite some time as well on the side of Infi. The other workers, by the way, seem to still be on the other side of the map, right? I
Yeah,
mean,
they're walking back now.
yeah. I mean, he could definitely
Where's
use
that
those.
mount tanking? Okay, I think he should just let that come out and then creep the lab. But that means that Infi is going to creep this all the way
The big
at the
red
top
camp.
and get maybe a big attempt for his mount. Like, keep in mind, his mount tanking has been leveling as well.
Yep.
If you can get that to level 5, like,
Players' forces are under attack.
it's going to be over real quick.
Infi is running with his AM towards the north
How low is
side.
the level on his mount tanking? Like 3.5?
Yeah.
3.9?
Send AM away, no?
He needs to pull back the Archmage.
Yeah, he doesn't do it.
Oh my god.
Oh, he has a much better item.
Oh, he was 4 already.
Okay.
So if he creeps this, pulls back the Archmage, and then does the camp top left, and maybe the orange camp after, he gets level 5 for sure. Like if he finishes his start of the map, he's gonna be level 5.
Book of the Dead is an instant sell against all the priests, or
Oh yeah.
just, a
I
Book
mean,
of
HawK
XP
might
for-
as well move into a pawn shop at this point. He's selling everything he's finding.
Players' forces are under attack.
He's gonna pull those creeps. He's gonna try to get that AM closer to level 5. One breaker is actually just being rallied into the army here. Obviously.
Oh my god, HawK's going for the fight. He still doesn't have boots, I think. He must have bought Invuln just now. Like Invuln is so key.
The army of Infi looks so much healthier, doesn't it?
I wish we knew if they have upgrades. Let's pay attention if he clicks on the breaker.
That's
Stormbolt.
That's a good way to start a fight, right? Minus
Yeah.
one priest immediately.
They're both somewhat. Oh my god, dude. Actually, that mount tanking takes a ton of damage.
Yeah, but
You can't be losing half HPs like this on your mount tanking this early in the fight.
I love how there's still Footman in the mix as well. Breakers are gonna drain some of this mana
still has
on
the
the
book.
side of HawK, but HawK is actually pushing this army back for now. He's chasing down these priests on the right side. Maybe could land a Stormbolt there for a guaranteed kill.
HawK is fearless, man.
Doesn't
He's
need
a true
Stormbolt.
Russian. He goes forward, keeps on fighting, forces Infi to use the
Last healing
ward
ward.
there.
That's the last one. Now he's used all three.
By the
at
way,
this
you don't
point.
want to give water elementals like this. Oh my god, that's free XP.
Yeah.
If Archimage gets 6 here, this is a real problem. I'm surprised we haven't seen what magic control. You can even steal his
Players'
healing wards
forces
pretty
are
easily.
under attack.
I mean, the Mountain King of Infi definitely feels a lot scarier than the Mountain King of
Infi
HawK.
is 1 unit away from getting level 6 Archmage. Stormbolt on the Mountain King, this is massive! Because he's keeping his own Mountain King far away enough that he doesn't get Stormbolted. He's gonna get Stormbolted again, Infi!
But this
Needs
army
to
of
be more
HawK
careful.
feels really good, actually.
Yeah.
And I think the economic that is a level
He's
6
0-0
AM,
by
by
the
the way. At this
HawK
point.
is 0-0 on his breakers, but it doesn't seem to matter.
No, because he's got
built
so
to the
many.
same force.
Mass Townporter being used, maybe to the back.
Players'
Oh,
force.
into the main base of HawK. That is a sick move.
Does HawK even have a TP?
No, but now HawK's got a base trade.
He's gonna get his level 6 here in a second.
And the army of HawK is still bigger, right? Maybe
He's
he can block
evacuating?
that. Oh, I would have loved it if he blocked it with the breaker. Now he's actually going to use Book of the Dead. He may as well.
He's gonna get level 6 in a sec. I think Infi's trying to prevent that by running away.
Yeah.
HawK, you need to kill some peasants.
What is it? Why are they coming
They're
back?
blocked, because they're done.
What? That didn't make any sense. Why
They're
were they
blocking
coming
each
back? Okay, now they're still fighting as well. This is not a fight you want to take, Infi.
Yeah,
you
this
probably
is
want to save
weird.
these last few
Players'
workers.
forces
He's
are
upgrading, by the way. Infi's upgrading from the okay,
Level 6.
Does he TP back?
Nah.
He should, I think.
On
then
the,
it's
on the right
risky.
side? Or
Yeah, no, but like,
on top?
I would have done it on a tunnel all in, but
Where's that
he actually
MK?
does a safer version.
Oh, now he can actually trap the army, right?
Yeah, but he
There's
has
a real
TP.
TP.
he has
Yeah,
TP.
there's a real one. I mean,
Just raid. I think he has a bigger army.
yep.
Somewhat.
You can actually just fight. Maybe get
Just
a
go for
kill
the
on
priest.
the priest.
Oh, he used Stormbolt on the Mountain King.
Yeah,
Okay,
the
that's a
priest.
big mistake. Because then, the opponent can just use TP out.
But I mean, I feel like Infi lost once again the majority of his workers here. I don't know how many is left. I see 5, so at least he's gonna get some gold income. But I mean, HawK is absolutely taking control of this game, even though he still has the weaker MK, so to
Yeah.
speak. But he's got a bigger army. He's got the healthier army.
He's got 56 supply. I think Infi might be around 50.
49, yeah.
But he has 2-1 upgrades, which is a pretty big deal.
Okay, he's
He's
gonna
gonna
get
get level 5.
Yeah, that's
Players'
pretty big.
forces are under attack.
These creeps will never finish off. Okay.
Also, Unholy Aura is really good, I think,
Yeah.
to have here.
I mean, it felt that Infi was in trouble there, but obviously if he drags this game on a little bit longer, then he's going to be okay, right?
Yeah. Where is he tipping? Inside the base? Oh my god. Oh my god!
Only a tiny bit. No, that was
He forgot half of his army.
Yep. And now he's actually
Actually, more than
no.
half. He forgot 2/3. So HawK has to run all the way back.
Oh no, he's gonna lose all of his workers here. HawK
It's a disaster.
Absolutely. HawK playing a very good series so far, but this was a big mistake on the side of the Russian human player. Now he's looking for that lucky kill, but Infi obviously is not crazy. He's probably gonna get out of here when things get too dicey.
I really think HawK should target priests, because they're kind of trapped in an area if he just walks in with every single breaker. But then his own hero might be...
His Mountain King is actually in trouble though. Don't forget there's level 5
Yeah.
MK on the side of Infi.
Is he gonna Mastelli? Mountain King gets level 5 for HawK, that's pretty good. And he just uses regular TP to make sure he can get out of there. I mean, yeah, Mountain King was gonna stumble him if he didn't. I think HawK has more gold left over because he was prevented from mining for longer.
Well, Infi took quite a bit of damage as well, no, in his main base.
At some point, yeah, but...
Against the counterattack while he was killing the Expanse, so I think it's
1-0
even.
upgrade, by the way, for HawK. He's not on 0. And I think it's very cheap to get one more upgrade for the armor. So he should definitely get that.
You know, I think he needs to build like one more peasant, but then he's going to go into upkeep, and that's obviously something he would truly like to avoid. Of course, guys, in Warcraft 3, you pay taxes if you go over 50 supply. So you got to do it on the right moment. Well, he's got like no
real
workers.
life, you know? Except you get no healthcare out of it.
The problem is though, that, like he has no lumber income anymore.
Oh, he's coming in from behind. They had the idea of creeping the same camp, and Infi was looking at both. He still has a breaker on the bottom right one.
He wants to surround the MK. Right? He gets the surround on the MK.
Oh, this is huge. He's gonna Mastelli. He
That's
stumbles
really
the Mountain King of
That's
HawK
so
to
smart.
make
Are you
sure that
kidding
he
me?
doesn't get stumbled in on his own Archmage. That was a game saver here.
That is a very big brain
But he's
gaming
still getting
play.
chased.
Yep, he's still a little bit of danger as well. So this creep jack so far not really working out, but one of the breakers does go down. A priest goes down on the side of Infi. Oh no, that MK is running so low on HP.
The patience of this man.
Man, that mass teleport in the middle of the fight.
That was sick.
Big brain gaming right there. 200 IQ play, getting out of that surround like that. That's amazing.
And Infi's looking to re-engage.
Yeah, I
He's
mean,
seeing clarities mid-fight to make sure he has not only water elementals, but
Oh.
he also gets more Mastelli available.
Oh, there was an Elemental harassing his workers as well in the main
Yeah.
base. I mean, considering that if he was the one creep jacking there, that could have ended up a lot worse for HawK. But in the end, it's still not bad for Infi, because he
Yeah.
is going to be able to finish up the camp, right?
You know, I think Infi is quite a bit closer to level 6 than HawK. I could be wrong, but that's a key level. If you get that and you transform that guy in a fight. So gonna be interesting to follow here.
I guess the turtles in the right bottom side are still alive, right? So you can still creep those.
But I feel like
Crystal ball.
it took so long to go there now that HawK allowed Infi to go there and contest it in a sec.
There's already, I think, a footman or whatever it is in the middle. A breaker, actually. Well, can storm
This
ball
is
that
quite
boy.
a bit better for Infi to have been able to creep this, because he's going to be able to sell the crystal ball if he wants to, get a bunch of gold and then go maybe to 60 or something.
You're just telling me how good the crystal ball is right now, Todd.
Yeah, but like not in this game. In this game you need more units to win.
I know, I'm teasing you.
Look at this.
He could
Infi's
mass
running back.
teleporter, right?
He's hoping that HawK uses Mastelli here.
Are under attack.
Okay, never mind. He's
Infi's
just
the
going
one
to Mastelli
doing
himself.
I mean, that's actually not that bad. Maybe that breaker will go down, but at least it allows HawK to get his entire creep camp.
What is it going to be? A crystal ball for a crystal ball?
No, HawK deserves a good item for once. I don't know what he's gonna get. He's been okay, he got crystal ball.
Mastelli back home and kill that water elemental.
Yeah.
Oh my god!
Oh, best output being used on both
was a bait.
sides.
What did he stumble?
He stumbled
the
in the AM.
Archmage is in the middle. Okay, he might have to be forced to TP immediately.
No,
it feels like Infi has more.
Yep, Infi does have more. I mean, Infi 60 supply, HawK was 50. But an AM is super low on HP and also low on mana as well.
He's got more upgrades too. Mountain King at the front here from Infi, but he doesn't care.
Obviously,
He's got so much anyway. Magic Control, one of those water elementals.
Stormbolt being used on the MK on the left side, take quite a bit of damage. There is an info potion though. I mean,
So much mana available.
The
on
breakers
Mountain
are
King
way
of
better
Infi.
upgraded, right, on the side of
It's
Infi.
not being targeted at all. He's just got too
Oh.
much. Kills the Mountain King of HawK, and I think with that, this is gonna be it here.
That seems like it's going to be it. I have a hard time believing that our Russian friend can turn this fight around. GG it's called. Infi will tie up the score in a pretty epic human versus human best of 3 so far. These guys are very evenly matched.
Yeah. It's very, very close games. Like, I'm happy because sometimes, you know, human can be a little bit crazy. Like, you take you start falling behind. The opponent has all the momentum in the world, and then you can't recover. But not in these games. Like they're just trading and trading, exchanging levels, exchanging heroes, and eventually it leads to these like very long games, long drawn-out, exciting games. So.
Do you think the upgraded breakers made a difference there? Like obviously we go back to some of the earlier fights. It always felt that HawK had more because he did actually have more units.
Yeah.
But Infi was investing a lot more in those upgrades, right? Do you think that made a big difference in the end?
Yeah, I think so. It was quite a few upgrades that he was ahead too.
Yeah.
I think he was 2-1 against 1-0 for like the longest time. So it's very important. But I think in the last few fights, his prioritization on the Stormbolt was much better than HawK's as well. Obviously, he had a bigger army and more upgrades, which helps too. But HawK definitely didn't do as well as he could have in that too.
You know, I love this caster shot of us, by the way, because like people can literally just walk into the shot as well behind us.
Yeah.
They're watching the games. They're like, oh, cool, I'm actually on the stream right now.
I think there's a whole rail behind.
I know.
I think that maybe it's hard for them to follow the game elsewhere, so they just kind of gathered and they're looking at the supply with us.
I mean, it's a little bit harder. It's tinier in this game, but it's there, guys.
I wanted to help them earlier. I wanted to grab a TV and like pull it up so they can see like.
It's good.
Maybe it might not look so good for our shot here.
I must say it's really fun to be back at the World Cyber Games, man.
Yeah.
Like this really brings back. Like you went to your very first WCG was 2004 or something, right? Yeah. I joined WCG a bit later because we often only got one slot, and you guys probably know about this other very good Dutch orc player that made. Grubby, I think. Like he's pretty good. Prevented me for a couple of years, and then eventually in 2008 we got 2 slots. I was like, yay, you know. So 2008 was the first time, and actually casted that year as well. I casted and played the same tournament.
2008 was
Cologne.
Yeah.
And then 2009 was Chengdu, which I went for.
How did you do in the tournament?
Like it was a big round robin. I actually had a good victory over Focus in Orc vs Orc, but I lost against Lucifron. I think I beat X-Lord, but then I lost against the Polish Knight. It was a crazy group. It was a really tough group.
You did the essential if you beat X-Lord.
Yeah, so no, I beat 2 good players, but then I lost to Lucifron was unbeatable, man. That Spanish kid.
It was pretty good.
I want him to come back. When Reforged comes out, if anybody asks me like, who would you really love to see play full time? I want to see Lucifron play full time.
I think they played on and off, him and Vortex. Like Vortex played for some time for sure, and it was pretty good.
I guarantee, if I would have to put all my marbles on one horse, they're all going on Lucifron. Give him 6 months. I believe so much in that kid. He's so good. I had practice sessions with him back in the day where I was just like, at one point I just like gave up. It's like, this is not fun. I was like, you can have it. See you tomorrow.
I had that with the card. Every time I would play against that card, I would be like, okay, like I shouldn't even be playing this game. Like this is ridiculous. He's way too good. WCG 2004, that was a good one.
2004 was Singapore or?
San Francisco.
Oh, okay.
Zakar, Moon, Grubby. I think the 3 best players in the world going into the tournaments. Somehow, I don't know who it was. I think it was Zakar lost the group stage game, so he met Moon pretty early.
Yeah.
And he used all the training that he had against Moon, which was weird. Like prior to the tournament, Moon, Grubby, and Zakar played a lot of games against each other. He used all of those games to say, I can't beat this guy in a normal game. I'm just going to demolish or tower rush this guy. He beat him, and he eliminated Moon early, and then he met Grubby in the finals.
Yeah. With good old Kim fan casting. I was listening to it in my Winamp player. That's how long the World Cyber Games have been around,
there was
guys.
no video, right?
No, there was no video. I listened to a cast on Winamp, and it was the most exciting thing ever because I could really picture the game. Turtle Rock, Tower Rush. No, it's epic. It was a lovely memory. I really believe that listening to that cast sparked the fire for esports within me.
Yeah.
I was listening to it. I was cheering. I was like, yeah, go Grubby. You know, like I thought Zakard was cool, but obviously like Grubby winning as a Dutchman was really special, and it was super epic. Anyway, guys, what's also been epic is this human versus human. We have loaded into Game 3, Amazonia, I believe, right, Todd? Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yes, this is Amazonia.
This is my favorite of the new maps. I actually like this one. Plays out well.
Yeah, it's pretty good. It grew on me at first. I kind of hated it. But yeah, it is Infi in the top right-hand side playing as the blue, not Terran, human.
Yeah. It's actually a bit tricky, right? Because like there's so much red in Infi's flag. And then you look at Infi's name and you see a lot of red next to it. But then he's the blue human player. It's a bit tricky. It would be awesome if we could make
we'll
like...
give some feedback later.
Yeah, absolutely.
Colors and stuff. And in the bottom left it's HawK playing as the red. Both players, I'm going to assume, are opening Archmage and are going to be creeping the lab first and foremost. Kind of same deal as on the other maps. Like I would say this is one of the maps where it's a little bit more clear-cut what you need to creep. It's almost always going to be lab into the small green camp that's nearby, and then you do the orange camp that's towards the center. So you get 3 items to start with, and if you get lucky, and you get some of these claws, circlets, mantle, and all that, you can get a really good start in a game like this because you get level 3 very quick, and you do the small green camp near your base, the one that, you know, if your Hawk is just a little bit right above it, which does 6 militia.
So you're
that's
telling
what gives
me
you level 3 in a big class.
you're hoping for a super archmage over here. Well, the Ring of Protection +3 is probably not the item that you're dreaming of. Let's take a look what Infi got. Gloves of Haste. Also not the biggest fan of that item on the archmage. Can be useful for...
I think it's pretty good actually. Because you attack way quicker. Like if you can combine that with some extra damage, I like it a lot.
Only if you buy the boots though, right?
Player's forces are under attack.
What?
Boots. Only if you get boots of speed.
I
So then you
think-
can chase it down and fire faster.
Yeah, you don't need to chase in this matchup. I think you just go where the opponent is and then you fight. It's very hard for them to run away for the most part. But yeah, I agree with the boots. Obviously, it's better. Oh my god, look at that attack speed.
Yeah, it's like it's a perfect setup for a Blade Master. A little bit less for an archmage, but we'll see. What was the second item? Oh my goodness.
Mantle, not bad.
Mantle, that's a lot better.
We'll see how he can do against Machine Gun Kelly on the other side.
Player's forces are under attack.
We'll see what both players pick up in the middle of the map as well. The Militia are indeed creeping. He's using only 5 Todd. You said 6. He's using 5.
Oh, he's taking extra damage. You know what's crazy about this? Infi for a very long time loves to play very aggressive after getting level 3 here.
Yeah.
If that's the case here and then he goes to the main base of HawK, HawK could be in trouble because he's gonna take in a lot of damage.
Man. Also actually picking up
Oh my
some really
God.
good items though.
He's getting full damage stuff.
Yeah.
All that's missing is the Tome of Intel.
Player's forces are
I mean,
under
I actually kind of like the items of our Russian human player
look at
as
this.
well.
That's what happens when you do 5. Imagine if he went there with his whole army.
He might actually be able to kill this footman, no?
I mean, if I saw this here, I'd be like, alright, it's go time, baby.
You can just block it, no? Why don't they block it with a unit on hold position? It's not worth it.
It's like if you asked, why doesn't someone pull all of his walkers in StarCraft to try and catch the one scouting probe in the start to kill him?
I mean, putting one work on hold position there seemed like it was worth it. Or build
maybe.
a farm. I don't know.
And they're still very slippery footmen, you know?
That's true.
Okay, finally.
Hey, you
if
got
he's like,
boots.
God, I'm so unlucky.
He got boots, by the way.
Don't
Todd.
let us strand. Yeah,
Illusion
boots
being-
is so, like, I mean, if you get this much damage items. Oh my god, what is this footman doing here?
It wants to get the
Deny.
footman and then the Water Elemental. No.
Oh my god, he could have had it.
He gave up. I thought he probably looked at it, he's like, I'm never going to get this.
Yeah, not with that attitude. The hell, he was right here for the taking. Infi wasn't even denying. That's so sick that he let that go.
No.
Player's
I
I'm really
think-
surprised that Infi, by the way, keeps making his shop outside of his wall.
Yeah. Alright, Tome of Strength and Boots as well. Look at that Archmage. I really think this AM is sicker than the other AM, Todd.
Yeah. Really built up here on this damage.
Wow, right bottom
items.
side up. By the way, isn't it a crazy decision
Yeah.
for Infi to creep this that
I'm
fast?
surprised at how they're creeping, both of them. 'Cause- Oh my god, well,
This AM is sick.
gonna finish the job.
And that's a free footman.
Almost level 4.
And it should be able to at least deny this Arcane Vault from finishing
Wow,
up as
he
well.
just cancels.
Yep. He wants to get that footman on the right or that peasant.
Okay, so I
right.
guess Infi's gonna buy Mercs. Oh, he found Vampiric.
That's pretty
It's
good.
pretty good, like we saw that before. He's taking so much damage on his units.
Yeah, HawK is bringing the entire army, by the way. He's like, all right, I assume you're creeping something big, crazy. Town Porter is being used right now on the side of the Chinese human. Very aggressive Town Porter. Tried to surround the Archmage. That would have been sick. Level 4 AM on the side of HawK as well.
Yeah, he needs to make use of these items, try to kill the mercenaries as a priority, maybe. Needs to save as many footmen as he can as well. Troll Priest is gonna be used here to remove that water elemental. HawK might be overextending, but it's really about the Archmage. Troll
One more
Priest!
hit.
Peace!
Super AM, mate. I mean, that's some sweet plus 12 damage right there. That's the final hit.
Does he have a shop? That's the big question, because he's
So
really
HawK-
gonna need one here.
HawK
And
lost a lot of units. There is a supply advantage of roughly 6 or 7.
yeah, I think of the back of this, Infi can go back into power creeping. Keep in mind, Infi used his CP, but HawK still kept his here.
Yeah.
He just kind of run away.
And also, don't forget that, like, obviously he lost a lot of mining time there once again.
Yeah.
The Arcane Vault got denied. So I think tech-wise, I feel like the Russian should be able to create a little advantage for himself, right?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how quickly it takes, but it's very important here that neither player misses a bit, and I think it's Infi is going to get right back to work a little bit quicker here.
Infi is just creeping so freaking much, eh? It's
Yeah,
crazy.
you know it's very good to creep this, like, you know, not waste any time, but at the same time, this camp is somewhat supposed to be reserved for the Mountain King when it comes out. And you know why HawK's going across the map? Because he
Kill.
killed the Arcane Tower. So he's like, I can do way more damage here. I can keep on being aggressive.
Yep.
Oh, you
Oh,
messed
no!
up.
He's supposed to spawn it on the other side, right?
Not like this.
Yeah, he's actually still going to walk in. He's
I think if he stumbles and surrounds it, it's worth it.
He's going to bring the army back. I love it. You look at the mini-map where these illusions are of Infi.
Where's the mountain king of
Sorry?
Where's the mountain king? He just came out. He was late on the tech. I was like, where is it?
Too much creeping.
Hey, Infi's gonna creep his expo in a second. Oh no, he changed his mind. He saw that HawK is at his expo and he's like, I'm gonna creep jack. This is big.
Yeah.
If you get there at the moment the opponent started it, which I think is gonna happen here. I mean, all alike, this could backfire.
I think he's gonna be a little bit too late now. Like
yeah.
I think the golem should
because
be
there's
down.
militia, like these creeps go down very fast. Let's see. Sometimes you think this is a very good creep jab, but then you get there and it goes really bad.
I mean, you can't storm bolt the golem, so that's obviously very complicated. Instead, Infi's going to storm bolt the priest almost immediately. Mountain King picks up Want of Mana Stealing as well. Well, this is going to be a fun little fight.
Yeah, I think he needs to prioritize killing those mercenaries here. They do a lot of damage. Steals a bunch of the mana. Both players have boots on their Mountain King here, which is very important for chasing capability, but Infi does get out of there. Kind of minimizing the damage. But here's the thing. Infi took a big gamble. That was a big investment to go there.
Troll. Yep.
Yeah, he's going to get it. Infi didn't creep his expo, whereas HawK did. So the HawK might be expanding now.
Oh no, the Mountain King though thought is in danger. This Mountain King does get surrounded. It still has Want of Mana Stealing. It tries to get out of there. It's not out of it yet, but it can Stormbolt the Mountain King, right? No, it Stormbolts the Footman instead, because it just wants to get out of there, but it gets stunned in the end, and this MK does go down, and Infi will once again take control of this game.
It is going to die, but the Mountain King of Infi is now out of mana. HawK is expanding behind this. I see it on the minimap. He's getting an expo, so Infi is going to have to do another crazy push, maybe. I don't know. I really feel like it's not that bad to have lost Mountain King there, because he's just going to remake it. He's going to come out with mana and full HP.
Yeah, and he killed a lot of units, right, in the process.
Yeah.
One more priest.
Heal.
Does go down. All right, the army is on the right side of the Russian human.
Keep in mind, HawK's Mountain King was level 2. Infi is still level 1. So I really don't like this a lot for Infi here. And he's got a bit of an impossible choice. What does he do? Does he go home and creep his expo and then expand later than HawK? Or does he push this in a position where it feels like he's not doing enough right now?
Wow, that AM is almost level 5?
Yeah, that's going to be huge.
Okay, I mean, Infi has trapped like a madman, so it makes sense, I guess.
I think Infi might all in.
Well, expand is not done yet, though, Todd.
Damn, this Super Archmage, look at it.
Yeah.
Putting your Super Naga to shame.
Absolutely not. I see empty slots there. My Naga never had an empty slot. That's a nice little sacrifice there. So HawK picks up the very first kill of this battle almost immediately. Tries to get a couple shots off on the priest, but the AM does get level 5 now after taking... Yep, you need to get your Mountain King out here, matey. I think the Mountain King is coming in on the left side. Stormbolt does connect with the Footman, and that one will go down immediately.
I think he needs to even remake Footman. Oh, Infi buys the mercenaries. This is massive.
Oh, Mountain King gets surrounded again. Almost immediately, but he does have Footman on the south side.
I don't think it's that interesting to see on Mountain King here. It's better to kill priests, because then you win the Water Elemental war.
Maybe you can surround the troll here. Surround the troll. That's exactly what happens. Very, very nice little pickup there. So far, pretty good resistance by the Russian human player, but another priest is running low and will go down. Oh man, the priest's count though, it's like 5 against 2 at this point.
I'm a little bit surprised that HawK keeps sending his Water Elemental forward into the priests to be dispelled.
Oh
my god.
Gets surrounded. Does he have town porter? He does, right?
Yeah, he does. Where does he TP though? At the expo?
No. I think he town porter home.
Okay, so he TP's home, I think, to use the shop. Oh, that's really good. He's gonna take all the mana away from the MK. Maybe target one of the priests would be nice here. Oh, the Archmage. Yeah, he goes for one shot on the Archmage.
You can morph these passes into militia right now, right? If you want.
Which one?
This?
No, but not on the expo.
Only at the main.
Yeah. So he sends militia from the main base.
Okay. Oh wow, Ogre was left behind.
Wait,
there.
that Archmage kind of scaring me here. It's not full HP.
Okay.
It's crazy, by the way. They don't need to make breakers here. It's all about like Footman, priests.
So many of the priests are going down though.
Yeah, I'm worried because the Mountain King is going to get level 3 here in a sec. And that's
I feel like Infi has done a great job in picking up the priest of HawK over and over again, while HawK is not able to keep them alive, and he doesn't get the same kills on the other side. That MK now level 3 as well.
What's the Mountain King fighting down there? It's all the way behind the gold mine.
The Ogre, I think. The Ogre has been there forever.
Yeah, I mean, that guy's not going down. I feel like HawK should have been the one buying it, but here's the thing about Infi's timing. He hits just before the expo finished,
Yeah.
so there wasn't that extra kick in gold. He didn't wait any time, he didn't waste any time. HawK might just like this base.
It's tough though, right? I mean, he clearly invested in it, wants to keep it alive.
It's like an impossible choice.
In the first game, the expand did pay off in a very big way. He's going to try one more time though. He's going to bring even more Popo.
He's not giving up. Bring
But
more
that-
militia.
That's an arcane tower, I assume, right?
Gonna send in a National Guard. Because Infi ain't going nowhere.
Well, with that arcane tower, I just don't see how you fight there. Even though the towers are cheap, they have such a big impact in these fights. They can
A
drain.
6 around here maybe could save him,
Yeah.
but if you look at the Breaker and Footman count, these are the units you will want to surround with.
Okay, he does get a peasant there immediately. It's something, right? Every kill counts at this point. A little bit of Dispel being used as well. Still a lot of Priest on the side of Infi.
Yeah, militia coming in now. The Arcane Tower was draining mana from the Mountain King here for a
Yeah,
second.
for a little bit. It's in range once again. And once again, this MK is losing a lot of mana. Stormbolt in range of the Arcane Tower. Look at that mana going down. But is HawK actually pushing him back?
Yeah, he's on the chase. The Mountain King of Infi is really low here. Can he actually hold this? Militia going to work on that Arcane Tower. He's now out of range.
He has a mana pot, by the way.
Oh my god, he's
He's
waiting
waiting
for the right time to pop it. I
Yep.
think Infi noticed, so he's running away.
Oh, he goes for the AM. He wants
There's
to get a
no TP.
surround.
Oh my god.
He denies his surround, though. He denies his
He
own
doesn't
surround.
have bash, I think, because he went clap. That's a big thing too.
A player's force
Wait,
just
is
gave
under
up?
attack.
Well, he can land another Stormbolt.
Yeah,
Or at least go for a Priest. I
on the
think
Mountain King in particular.
we've got an Oprah group, meanwhile, on our right side now singing the Lion King song. This is amazing
Yeah,
timing.
what the hell?
Full-on Oprah group, guys, over here on the right side. Good job there on the info pod. This is what you mentioned as well, Todd.
Great dodge.
Just denying one of those Stormbolts can be massive. Is there another Stormbolt available on the side? No. What's happening with the expand? Are peasants harassing the mineral line? Is that what's happening?
Yeah, I think that's what's happening. It's
Okay.
kind of weird right now. Peasants versus peasants. Here's the thing though, HawK was mining from his expo for the longest time while all of this was happening, so
Is under siege.
if you can get even just 2-3 more breakers than the opponent, it's pretty massive for the target fire.
That tower is so annoying, though, for HawK. Huh?
I'm
So
surprised
hard.
he hasn't bought like a sapper and blown it up.
Yeah. I wonder if they got any kills, the peasants.
Yeah, that expo looks like a clown fiesta.
All
my
right,
God.
level 6 on the Archmage right now on the
I
side
think you
of
almost want
Infi.
to take Brilliance level 3 here.
The more Popo coming in as well from the north side. A few more peasants to help out.
Massive for the target fire.
That tower is so annoying, though, for HawK. Huh?
I'm
So
surprised
hard.
he hasn't bought like a sapper and blown it up.
Yeah. I wonder if they got any kills, the peasants.
Yeah, that expo looks like a clown fiesta.
All
my
right,
God.
level 6 on the Archmage right now on the
I
side
think you
of
almost want
Infi.
to take Brilliance level 3 here.
The more Popo coming in as well from the north side. A few more peasants to help out.
Yeah.
One tower is just absolutely everything. You gotta love the zone and you gotta love the positioning here.
Alright, HawK, this is it.
Tries to get a breaker. Once he gets one more kill, could get level 6 AM here. He does get level 6 and level 4 on the Mountain King at the same time. He wants to get rid of that tower, Todd, that pesky tower that's been around for way too long. It finally goes down. But does the Russian have enough
Hey,
to
Infi has
keep
no
this
TP.
expand alive?
Infi has no TP.
He's got level 6 though.
Yeah, but he doesn't even have the mana right now. Some good target fire. HawK is the one taking damage on his Mountain King right now. Okay, he needs to target that MK, has to take some mana away.
Right there, that got surrounded and will get picked off immediately. Town Hall is back to half life. Stormbolt lands on the Mountain King. HawK is MK in trouble and it goes down. He did not see that Stormbolt coming and thought he made it look close. But now losing the MK, potentially losing the expand. I guess he is losing the series in the end. Even though he's trying so hard with his last few breakers, but he can't get any kills here, right?
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, it does look like he has quite a bit. He almost, does he have too many priests? Like,
Okay, he gets a priest. Maybe he can get another priest. He gets the second priest there as well. So much for me saying he can't really get any
I
kills
can't believe
here.
that expo is still up. Like, how is that even possible?
Well, I can't believe he just killed 2 workers, or 2 units rather, without his...
He has so many priests. He almost wants Water Elementals to be made, like, any time now.
Now he's going to make his own Water Elemental.
Whereas the priests on the other side don't have much mana. Oh my god, he sends the Water Elemental on one of them. This will be an insane comeback. I thought that was it, but HawK, is he still in it?
I mean, he's... Another priest, he gets the second priest there as well. So much for me saying he can't really get any
I
kills
can't believe
here.
that expo is still up. Like, how is that even possible?
Well, I can't believe he just killed 2 workers, or 2 units rather, without his...
He has so many priests. He almost wants Water Elementals to be made, like, any time now.
Now he's going to make his own water elemental.
Whereas the Priest on the other side don't have much mana. Oh my god, he sends the water elemental on one of them. This will be an insane comeback. I thought that was it, but HawK, is he still in it?
I mean, he's trying half a year.
Yeah.
It does
I'm
fine.
taking level 5. Okay,
Yeah.
this is...
I think now it might finally
He
go
don't
down.
have mana right now though. Some good target from HawK.
The elemental's going to take care
He
of the
has so many
town
breakers
hall.
that target fire here will be massive. Goes for a Priest instead.
There's one more peasant there as well. I would go for
The Expo has finally fallen.
I mean, he's got more mana. How many units can he get here on the chase? Alright, Stormbolt being used on that Priest, so one Priest does go down immediately, but now the MK is losing a lot of its mana.
Yo, the Archmage.
What is the AM doing there on the north side? That's a level 5 Mountain King right on the
Super
side of
Archmage, man.
Infi.
It's fearless.
Man, I feel like the fights without the MK go better than with the
The
MK.
Priest kind of ran out of mana, it feels like. I wonder if they went Brilliance level 3. Might be the case. It's better here. Like, you don't have to mass tele on Amazonia. Like,
the
where are you
Mountain
gonna
King
go?
is super low in HP. Could have potentially landed, but
Lands the Stormbolts.
Yeah.
I think, yeah, he needs a scroll of regen. Look, all of his units are like somewhat low.
wow, almost a level 7 AM.
What does Infi do? Infi might just creep the golems.
Yeah.
When you have this many breakers and water elementals level 3, aka water torrents,
How much longer will the gold mines run in the main base?
probably not long. The good thing, the crazy thing actually about this map is that the Expo has so much gold. Like it's one of the maps where the Expo has like the most gold by far.
Okay.
That even if HawK expands, he still would have quite a bit of gold at his disposal. That wasn't nearly mined out. But all alike, when Infi finally expands, he's gonna have so much gold there.
Is it good?
A player's force.
This phase in the game?
Not really, I think. Not against breakers. HawK being able to do this is big here, because he's gonna get very close to level 5. If he has time to creep this,
And the golem.
then the Expo of Infi. No, not the Golem, I think. The Expo of Infi might be better. But he might think that this is already done. I don't know if he's able to read into this hasn't been done yet. This is the stage of the game where Zeppelins start becoming really handy as well to dodge these Stormbolts.
I don't know what the AM is doing there. HawK? Does HawK have Town Porter here, Todd? I don't really like this positioning, man. This MK
Oh, he got a
feels
flute.
feisty.
A Flute is really nice. Everything has extra damage.
Level 7 on the Archmage at this point. He's going to try to Town Porter out. And he
Ooh, he
gets
could have
out
bashed.
of there.
If he had tried to attack the Archmage, he might have been able to land a bash.
That's another dead priest in the middle of the map. The priest is not going anywhere. Meanwhile, the Oprah party is still going down on the right side of us. Who could have ever predicted it was going to be an Oprah stand on the right side of, or on the Samsung booth? It's like, you know what we need?
Yeah, could have.
5
This is
Oprah singers. This is really going to make people buy the new SSD.
And here I was thinking I had it bad when there was no AC at this one tournament.
Yeah, the play is actually quite close to the Oprah party as well. Stormbolt lands on the Mountain King once again, guys. We're still in game 3. Things are looking very, very dire for our Russian human player. But he has
Bring in militia.
Yeah, he has put up
Both
the
players
reckless
are bringing the
comebacks
police.
before. Oh my god. Hey, the gold mines have exploded. Look at the minimap. Oh no, Mountain King.
He's got so many militia.
He's
Oh my
got
god.
items. He's got items.
Yeah, there is still an invul. I'm surprised he hasn't timed that. He's trying to time it at the last second. That's
Oh
the
my
only thing
god.
you need to do
This
right.
is risky. This is
And Infi
risky.
knows, so Infi's delaying the attack.
Okay.
Invul
And he
dodges the Stormbolt, but also so many units.
And now he goes for the AM.
Oh my
Does he
god.
have a Stormbolt available?
The AM has invul
Oh
anyway.
no, his own Mountain King though, it's running so low in HP. Can he save it? He uses the scroll of healing. He saves the Mountain King for now and he lands the Stormbolt.
Oh, 25 HP. He still has a Stormbolt available.
But
If he comes in from behind, he can Stormbolt and kill the Archmage. Infi going for the surround on the Archmage right now.
I think
Oh my
he's gonna
god.
get it, man. The Mountain King of
Can he TP?
Infi is just too strong. He gets
Oh my
out of
god,
there.
if he gets out.
That's ridiculous.
51 supply for
Like-
HawK. He's gonna go down below 50 now, out of gold, inside of his main base.
Out of priest, out of everything, out of workers.
Yeah, he don't have the gold to expand, and Infi can still creep his
Player's
expo.
forces are
I kind of
under
like
attack.
that Cloak of Flames there, man, in those fights. The constant damage on the heroes. It's something. It makes this MK
Alright.
even scarier, I feel.
You know what? Whatever.
You don't like it?
I think you can get quite a bit better items.
Yeah,
oh my
of
god,
course.
greater healing.
But I feel like it's scary to surround it, right? Like, unless it's with breakers, of course, but...
Yeah, so it's not.
HawK tried to get this cam, but that's not gonna happen. Look, oh no, he got bolted by the creeps.
Oh
And
my
now
god.
he gets bolted again by the Mountain King. That's a double storm bolt on
Priest.
this AM.
Do something, Priest. Militia. If the Golem could attack Infi from behind, that would be helpful, but I think he might just fall back if that's the case. And he's still got such a scary force. That Archmage, There's some storm bolts available, bro.
He's got a greater healing as well on the MK. That's so massive, right?
I feel like HawK is targeting too much the priest with his storm bolts, whereas Infi is always storm bolted in the MK and at least putting, 6 to 7 breakers on it, and that's been the biggest difference so far in these games. That's brought him success. Yeah, see again.
Yep, and there come the breakers as well. They're gonna drain a little bit of that mana. The heroes of Infi just feel healthier and stronger than the heroes of HawK.
It almost feels as if the storm bolt of Infi has longer range for storm bolt than HawK's, but that's not the case.
It's because of the cloak, Todd.
What?
It's because of the cloak of fire. No, I'm kidding. makes the Mountain King look more terrifying. A breaker does go down on the side of Infi.
He's gonna storm bolt again.
Yep. He's got mana.
Oh my god, it's HawK that storm bolts this time.
Oh.
He's going for the surround. There is a
Greater
greater
healing,
healing, but he's gonna die really fast. He's completely out of mana. He can go for the chase because HawK does have mana still. Don't get surrounded.
Oh, but no, he gets surrounded. He's going to prevent it though with his own breaker. And now the heroes will run away. This fight is epic. This fight is sick. Can the Stormbolt connect with that MK one more time?
He's out of breakers. It's really tough.
Stormbolt. He can't really get the kill from here.
If he chases, then he leaves himself exposed to getting surrounded.
The Super AM though is putting in some hits.
The Mountain King has a Stormbolt now from Infi.
Super AM, Stormbolt from way down. Oh my goodness!
Oh my god!
You're kidding me! HawK gets the kill there.
I mean, there's
on the
still so many
Mountain
units
King.
left over.
Yeah, but does he have a tower at main?
He's gonna sell stuff.
Does he
Infi's heading to the shop to sell stuff to remake MK as soon as possible.
Oh my god! Can he get the golem here, Todd? That would give him a lot of gold now. Okay, he's gonna at least try to get the level 6 golem.
He must have restarted MK already, I think.
I cannot believe how this happened.
Please, observer.
Hey, Infi's
If you
coming.
look at the altar now, I'll get you like a coffee from.
Infi's got to be careful here, Todd. HawK is coming back, and there is a Mountain King. He's going to land the Stormbolt immediately on that AM. Don't forget about that Golem. Look at that Golem.
Oh my
Infi
god.
in trouble here.
No way.
Infi in
He
trouble.
doesn't have the mana for Mastelli. Does the Mountain King have mana?
Yep, it absolutely well.
No,
close.
it doesn't.
Close, come on.
And it's close to getting trapped in that corner too.
All right, couple workers going down.
He might get level 6 eventually.
He might get level 8 Archmage
Yeah, but
stuff.
level 6 on the Mountain King.
Yeah,
Okay, that Archmage, he's zoning it out with his breakers. He could have cut the
level
retreat.
6, level 8. That's a double level up. Are we
The
looking?
Mountain King? Oh my god.
Oh no, no.
He got level 6, but he didn't have time.
Down portal, Big Brain Gaming save here as well, even though he
my
lost a lot
God.
of mana.
He needs to step back, wait until he can get enough mana for Avatar and then use that, but I'm pretty sure the Mountain King of Infi was restarted behind this.
I mean, I hope so for Infi.
Please,
otherwise-
observer, show me this altar.
Break. Oh, that's a Stormbolt on the. He's gonna try to land a bash as well, Todd. But the breakers are zoning this MK away. A really good micro. That Archmage is so low on HP though.
Super Archmage. Oh,
Hey, Priest left behind. That's nice, right? If you can get one of them, and he
damn!
should
It
be
would be
able-
so much better for HawK if he had Bash, by the way. Like, remember he got surrounded in the start of the game, and then he kind of like went for clap immediately. Did we see the altar? He has
No,
MK on the way.
We didn't see the altar, but
No, he doesn't have MK on the way.
no.
He doesn't have the gold because it's not the altar is not burning like he would usually.
Oh yes, you see on the right side, guys. On the right side of the screen, this altar is not burning.
Oh my god! I
Yeah.
cannot believe he doesn't have the gold for this.
I think he bought a Zeppelin to.
He could have been long distance mining.
Yeah.
He's just gonna fight with his single Archmage.
Did he buy a Zeppelin or something to save the?
I don't know. I think he do. Oh my god! He's going for the surround. HawK.
I mean, he's
All you
got a
gotta
lot
do
of
is
breakers.
if HawK kills all of the priests, which he can with Stormbolts, he just wins with Water Elementals. I think.
Oh, he has to be careful that he doesn't get surrounded. Fight is going really well. That's one breaker pickup there for HawK, the Russian human player.
Kill the priest, HawK. If you kill the priest.
Absolutely phenomenal best of 3 here. He's getting close. He has to be careful now. Avoid those breakers. He uses the ultimate, but his Archmage gets surrounded. Todd.
Oh, he has enough mana for
Oh,
Mastelli,
no.
but Water
What's
Elemental is low
right
on HP.
Whoa, my goodness.
And
that
he
was
gets
so close.
targeted too late from Infi. He goes for another surround, but the
Ridiculous.
Archmage this time will run away. Infi is putting all his eggs in one basket. He knows he needs to get that surround now. Water Elemental, he's gonna get magic control. The Archmage left itself exposed inside of the main base. He's gonna get chased by everything now.
Yep.
Where are you going? There is no exit.
Only one priest remaining. This Mountain King, can it land a bash? Yes, it
Oh, it
does
does
land
have
the
bash.
bash.
And the Archmage in the meantime.
Stormbolt, that's gonna
Oh
be
my
it.
God.
Todd.
I've seen in my life.
Wow.
What was that? I cannot believe. That was insane.
That final game was so back and forth. That
You know, it almost made it better that we didn't see the altar.
yeah. Because
Like
I mean,
for-
he didn't know, right? Obviously,
Yeah,
for the
we didn't
longest
know.
time. But I mean,
He must have seen it too at the end. HawK went on the other side of the night. He's like, wait a second. You're
True.
not remaking Mountain King? I guess I got this. That
to
was
me, one of the
insane.
craziest things was that he was able to get that Mountain King kill on the first place. Because there was a greater healing as well, right? I feel like almost everything was on the side of Infi. Infi had better items for the majority of it. Infi had
Except for
higher
the
hero
super
levels.
archmage.
Sorry?
Except for the super archmage.
Yeah, the AM got a couple of good sniper items early on. But hey, let's not pretend that Infi got unlucky early game, right? Because he did get some decent items as well on his side. Absolutely amazing best of 3. And you know what the best news is, Todd? We've got another one coming up. SyDe against Moon is coming up soon as well. But HawK getting a very big victory. Now, it's still early in the tournament. Infi is absolutely not out. There's plenty of room for him to still make stuff happen in this group. But in general, guys, the 4 players will advance. And when you have Loliat, Moon, TH, and Infi in the group, none of those guys should really be dropping too many series, because otherwise things get very dire.
Like, this is very good for HawK. And especially with the way he looks. He looks in this game. I think, like, if he can play well, in particular against the Night Elves in the group, and against TH as well, who knows? Like, he looks so good this series. Like,
yeah, because I didn't even feel like he got particularly lucky. I think he just played incredibly well.
I would say the one thing that, if I had to nitpick a little bit, is he was targeting Priest a lot and getting his Mountain King Stormbolted way more often than it felt it should have. But, I mean, I'm sitting at the caster's desk, you know, like, I got like, I'm doing some casual backseat gaming over here, right? Like, the world's best are playing over there, and obviously Infi is incredible.
No,
he's always going to time that perfectly and have the foresight to know when to throw the Stormbolt and when to target with breakers.
Yeah, I think the real beauty of games like this is not necessarily always what happens, but how much both players do to prevent certain things from happening, right? The zoning, the hero positioning, the pulling back before something ever even got targeted in the first place, and just making it so hard to really set for certain targets. Like, nothing is guaranteed in the majority of these fights. You got to work for every kill, but I mean, after losing the expand, I really didn't think he was ever going to win that game.
Like, when it was the moment where he lost his Mountain King and the expand, I almost stopped casting. I just listened to you for a second. I was like, okay, he's about to GG and stuff. No. HawK was like, you know what? I still got a chance. I'll remake my hero. I'll keep on fighting. I'll keep on microing. And
that's like a level 4 hero or something as well, right? That went down.
Yeah.
Like, it takes for.
And just losing the expand, usually it's not recoverable here. It's like really hard.
He lost the hero and he lost the expand. And then when he was just fighting with the AM, the Priest and the Breakers, he was getting kill after kill. Was Infi maybe like... Maybe
I think
Infi
it's
was
like that sometimes, because you build up your mana count on the Priest, and then it helps a lot against the Water Elementals. So sometimes it looks like you're doing bad, but then your Priest, they kind of save the day. But anyway, after this amazing series, we're going to head to a break, and then we'll come back with the next series. It's going to be SyDe versus Moon. See you guys right after this.